Hi everyone, welcome to the WIDS Women in Data Science Stanford event, a community to help inspire women in the data field, and is a field where we can grow together. And I'm sure that after this event, you'll feel very inspired listening to the amazing talk that we have lined up for you all. So let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Anchal Bhalla, and I am a developer advocate at IBM and also one of the WITS ambassadors along with the other organizers on the team. So let me just quickly share my screen. So I would like to thank all the organizers, Chada, Allah from Harriet Watt, Amira, Dr. Eva, and Susan and myself from the IBM team for organizing this and hosting this event. So before we actually get started, I just wanted to go over the agenda very quickly, what we are going to do in the day today. So we'll start off with the video. So video will actually give you a better idea of the WIDS community and what kind of events are there. Then we will have a keynote session by Dr. Eva, who is the Analytics and AI Practice Leader at GBS IBM. Then we have the Tech Talk sessions. So these are going to be by two amazing speakers working in Dubai Electronic Security Center and at Harriet University. Then we have the first of the two lightning talk sessions. This is where speakers would give high-level talk about a topic of interest, and we will move on to the panel. So this first panel is about careers, about how about women in data science apparently. Then we'll have a short break before we move on to the next tech talk sessions. So again, we have amazing speakers here as well from who are cyber security and data experts, AI and robotics project leaders, and then we have another lightning talk sessions. Again, speakers will be given 5 minutes to give a high-level talk on the topic of interest. Then we have the second panel. So this panel is about the future of data science. Then we would have a talk by Susan, who would be introducing us to different communities that are there in the region, where you could go ahead and check out their meetup groups and check out their sessions that are there. So the first Tech Talk session would be hosted by Amira. I would be handling the lightning talks. The panels would be managed and organized by Chada on the team. And the second Tech Talk session should be handled by Dr. Eva. And lastly, as I mentioned, the communities would be handled by Susan and the team. So now we can actually go ahead and start the video. Over to you, Ala.
Hi, everyone. I'll share my screen now.
You have to switch the sound on as well, Ala.
Yeah.
In the meantime, people can introduce themselves in the chat, and that we're live on YouTube and the link is in the chat as well.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
You can.
Okay.
Data science and any data-inspired and data-driven science is so critical right now. More and more decisions are made based on data. The amount of data that we gather every day and the insights that the data can provide us is just growing exponentially, and that is no exaggeration.
The market for data science and related areas like AI is booming.
It is so important to have women in artificial intelligence, in the area of data science, and also in leadership roles. It's being able to use data to solve issues and understand bigger problems. It's critical. And we need women in these roles. Every individual brings their own perspective, and so we need to make sure the entire workforce is represented.
And the good news is there's so many jobs and many different ways to combine their passion area and their skills in data science and get involved.
I would like you to say, what are the problems in the world that absolutely have to be changed? And, can you individually, given all the amazing background that you've had so far and all the education that you've got so far, what are the unique things that you can do to change the world towards that mission? And then think of the technology.
If that is going to become completely data-driven over time, then you can't miss that opportunity. You've got to join in and have your say.
If you're not looking at the data from all sorts of different angles, then you could introduce a lot of bias. So it's really, really important that we have around the table all genders, all races, all backgrounds.
We can't ignore social and structural problems. We can't just go in a corner and write some code and read math and then that's the solution, right? We can't do that. So we have to think about who is being affected by these algorithms.
Welcome to WIDS! When we first started this conference, we never would have imagined that we'd be sitting here today with over 200 regional events. We've got over 500 WIDS ambassadors worldwide. Many of them are women, but we've also got a lot of men. And these are people who are just passionate about inspiring others within their community. We're in over 60 countries, and year after year, we're blown away.
Let's make this next decade the Women in the Data Science decade.
What I love about it is that growth is viral. That people will attend one event in one city and then they'll want to bring it to their cohort or colleagues the next year.
This type of industry can be done everywhere, so it should be accessible to everybody. And this is one of the reasons why I love that we are global with WIDS.
So we wanted to create opportunities for women to inspire, educate, and support women at many different times throughout the year. And one way that we decided we could do that was through a datathon every year, which is a predictive analytics challenge using real-world data. We have over 900 teams from 85 countries, and that's in every continent except Antarctica.
When we started WIDS in 2015, we had no idea this was going to be a global movement with tons of international events and a datathon and a podcast show and now outreach to middle school and high school. It's just been such a ride.
Our latest endeavor is to work on some materials that we can hand off to teachers in schools around the world.
This has provided a platform for literally hundreds of women, if not thousands of women, to have an opportunity to be heard.
But the truth is, these are really simple experiments, but they had profound impact because they empowered someone else to be able to do their job better or to be able to take that message.
5 years ago, when we were sitting around a coffee table thinking about what WIDS could be, I never in my wildest dreams thought it would grow so far and so wide around the world in just 5 years. What I'm most excited about is the next 5 years, because I think this is really just the start.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching the video.
Yep, that was actually a